Hey, yo, what's good, family? We in the building once again. Idiots with a podcast. Y'all know the name. Y'all know the sound. It's the man with the $1 million voice. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Mike. We in here. As you can see, I got my co-host, the one and only, who's always here. What's good, bro?
What's good? How you feeling on this Monday, my brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. You know what it is, man. We vibing out. You know, got a lot to talk about. We was out last week. About that, I'm just gonna say this: if you ain't got dental insurance, get it as soon as you can, and make sure that you take care of yourself while you take care of it, because that starts to rack up, bro. Uh, it starts to rack up. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Your boy had a root canal last week, so
Ooh.
is what it is. But we feeling good this week, man. We feeling good. Are we jumping right into it, or you got something you want to say before we?
I was just gonna say I hope everybody had a good and blessed weekend, safe weekend. I hope that I hope everybody having a good, start to the week. I hope everybody staying healthy, drinking a lot of water. Hope everybody, just whatever they trying to reach in life. I hope they are pursuing it, and let's get it.
Let's get it, man. That's all I like to hear, bro. Let's get it. So since we're gonna jump right into it, y'all see the title of the show, Final Four. We got four teams, all four number one seeds. If you don't know, if you ain't been keeping up with it, which you should be keeping. If you haven't, we got Duke, we got Auburn, we got Houston, and we got Florida. Like I said, four number one seeds, man. It's been a real good tournament, real good games. Um, First, give me your takeaways from this past weekend. What you saw, what impressed you, and then we gonna go into all the teams. Then
Man,
then we gonna break it down and get to who's winning this thing.
it was man, it was a fun weekend of college hoops, man. I can't even lie. But I was impressed by each team that won. I was impressed, obviously, but Houston, the defense they played on Tennessee, that was some of the best defense I ever seen at any level. Any level. Um, the commitment on that side of the ball, the communication, the team defense, the rotations, like, oh my God, like it was ridiculous. Like it was ridiculous. Um, so shout out to Houston. They hell of a performance defensively. Um, Florida, oh my God, bro. You want to know something? I never truly felt Florida was going to lose that game. And I'm not just saying that. Like, I say that because it's just some teams or players that when it's time, they can just flip that switch like that. And Walter Clayton Jr. is that guy. They were down, what was it, 75-64 or something like that?
They were down, I believe they were down like 9 with like 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they were down. They were down 9 with with that with how much time left? I don't remember the time. You said what?
3 minutes left.
They were down 9 with 3 minutes left?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 5.
It was 9. It was at one point the score.
I remember it being like 75-64 or something like 75-67 or something like that.
It was They were down. Let's just say that they were losing, and they was definitely in trouble.
Yeah, they were in trouble. I will say this though. Thomas, I want to make sure I'm saying the last name right. Thomas, is it Hall or
I believe it's Hall.
Hall? Thomas Hall?
Yeah,
Bro, that kid, and we talked about this on Twitter. That kid just makes all the winning plays for that team. So does what's my man name? Elijah Martin. Those two guys, they just make the winning plays. Don't get me wrong, Walter Clayton is the man. He is that guy. But them two guys, they just make the winning plays. Um, Thomas Hall was the most important player in that game.
absolutely.
You could say he's the most important player on the team. Honestly, he
I
is.
I feel like he is.
I mean, he got an argument, but
He don't even start.
and he don't even start. That just goes to show you how good that this Florida team is. Man, bro, like that three, those I think those two threes he made. It was either one, he made one on the left side of the court. I think he made another one on the opposite side. But regardless, he played a huge game for Florida. Um, man, but Walter Clayton, bro, I'm not gonna say what I want to say yet. I'm gonna wait. But like I said, I never truly felt like Florida was gonna lose that game ever. Even when they were down, I never felt like they was gonna lose. However, Texas Tech, they did blow it, missing them 2 free throws.
Yeah,
They did blow it. So I'm pretty sure they are, down on themselves in that game. But Texas Tech, they had a good run, the Arkansas game and the Florida game. But, I was very impressed by, Florida down the stretch. Duke, I mean, they were dominant, so it's like they've been dominant the whole tournament. Um, Auburn, they showed me something. They showed me some grit. I had picked Michigan State that game. I went 2-4 on the Final Four. But Auburn, they definitely played good. Janai Broom, it was good to see him coming back after getting hurt. And man, Auburn and Florida is going to be one of them games, bro. Like that Duke and Houston game is going to be one too because they're both good defensive teams. Duke obviously, they're probably the more better offensive team. But man, Houston a physical team, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how Duke matches their physicality, especially Cooper Flag. I want to see how that physicality, if it bothers him or not. I like Cooper Flag game. Um, However, I'm not necessarily worried about him in this game. The player that I think will be key for them in this game, believe it or not, and I know it might not be a shocker, is I think Khan is going to be very, very, very important in this game. He surprised it. He really surprised me how good he is for Duke. Like I'm surprised. Like I didn't expect him to be like this. Like the kid, he's strong. He's really a bully. He's really a bully when he gets to the hole. He got a good jumper, got a good three ball. He can get to the free throw line. On the opposite end, he's gonna compete. I mean, I think he will be very important. And then coming off screens, ball movement without the ball. I'm not gonna pick that game yet because originally I had Houston. Originally I had Houston going to the championship. I'm not gonna pick that game yet until we do picks until we get there. So I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna leave that one for later. But it's gonna be a good game. Man, it's gonna be a good game. I want to see what I want to see what Tyrese Proctor do this game too. He's a him and Khan. The, like I'm not really worried too much about Cooper Flag, but Tyrese Proctor being here 3 years, 3 year starter. You know, this could be the moment where, like, because obviously he was a highly recruited kid coming out of college, high school, and this is probably like his best year at Duke this year. So let's see how this Houston defense affects him, or if it will affect him. Him and Khan is two people that I want to see like how they play. So they will be important. But the most important player I feel for this Duke team, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm not gonna say his name. It's the center. I'm not.
Malawach.
Yeah, what's his name? Malawat.
Yeah, Malawach. Yeah, number 9. I know who you're talking about.
They are such a better team on defense with him out there. I think he's like their most important guy.
Yes.
Him and Sion James, they bring like that grit and they bring that defensive prowess to that team, especially Sion James because he battles. But it's going to be interesting.
I'll say this. And for that Duke fan that was in my mentions, you know who you are. Uh, I did send that tweet out that nothing was guaranteed, but y'all was the preseason number one team in the country. Y'all was supposed to be here. If y'all didn't get here, it'd have been a disappointment. Now that y'all here, you got to win it. It's no excuse.
But I think
it's no excuse, bro. I mean, Duke has had two out of the last 3 years they had the number one class in the country. They signed the number one player, and I think Malawach ended up being a top 5, top 10 player in the class too. But like you said, Con Knueppel, he a dog. 6'7" point guard, could get anywhere on the floor. You got Cooper Flag who's been doing his thing. Number one overall pick. Malawach, he's a top 5 pick. To have 2 top 5 picks in your team, and then everybody else just knows how to fill in the gaps, and they play well together. They're gonna be tough to beat, man. The game against Houston is gonna be tough for Houston because they're basically the opposite of what Alabama is. Alabama is high-paced offensive team that wants to outscore you. They want to get up and down the floor. Houston wants to slow the game. Bama's not a slouch on defense, but Houston is the best defensive team in the country. The problem is they don't have the size to keep up. Their starting guards run what? I think 6'1", 6'3", and maybe 6'4". And then I think their starting front court, both of them are 6'8". That's going to cause a problem. And the way Duke shoots the basketball is going to be can cause some trouble for a lot of teams. I'm interested to see if Kelvin Sampson does play more zone than man, because this is the sort of team that you would have to play zone against. The problem is Tyrese Proctor shooting 42% from three this year. He's upped his draft stock. Knipple shoots, I think, 42 from three. Sniper. Cooper Flag can shoot the three ball. He's not the greatest three,
I think he's shooting more like 37%.
but even if you take that away, he can go into the middle of the zone and create from there. Um, then you got Malawach at center, who's 7'2", and nobody getting up there to block anything that's thrown his way.
Yeah, Cooper Flag shooting 37% from three.
Yeah, they're gonna be tough to beat, man. They are collectively they're the most talented team left in the tournament. When you look at the other teams, Houston, obviously, you think defense first, and then you think shooting the three ball. LJ Cryer has to have his best game of his life for them to win against Duke. That's just as simple as it's gonna be. The problem is he's gonna go against at least three people on the perimeter that's high level defenders. Their best bet is probably gonna be to try to get switches and get Knipple on him. Even then, Knipple is 6'7", and he ain't no slouch on defense. So
Yeah, I underestimated how tall he was.
yeah, the size on Duke's side of the floor is just crazy. That game is going to be interesting. Looking at the other one, you got Auburn, Florida rematch from earlier in the season. The outcome of that game early in the season ain't gonna matter. It's the Final Four. You got to show some play. Janai Broom, obviously he got injured, came back in the game. He's gonna be sore, but he's gonna play. I think his name is Taj Pettiford.
Jersey.
Yeah, he's playing really well, shooting the basketball, scoring when he needs to score, and they're playing defense. How they play defense against Michigan State, they if they play like that, they're going to be tough to beat. The only problem is I picked Florida to win the tournament, and I'm sticking with it.
We already doing picks now? Like, what we doing?
I'm sticking with it. Florida has probably the second best player in the tournament right now on their team. I said second. He could be first.
I will say this.
Very easily could be first.
If it's crunch time, I want the ball in his hands over everybody.
Oh, absolutely. No doubts about that.
And that's no disrespect to Cooper Flag, but
no,
if it's
that's
crunch time,
we know Walter Clayton's body of work.
Yeah, if it's crunch time, I want the ball in that guy's hands.
I'm sorry, bro. What he did in that game and what he's been doing all season,
it's ridiculous.
He has the confidence of Steph Curry.
And you want to know what I like about him? His movement without the ball.
Absolutely. He's not one of those players that's just going to stand still if he doesn't have the ball and just wait for it to come to him. No, they run their offense and they get him looks. And even if he's not open, he just needs a sliver of daylight and that shot is going up. Mm-hmm. And every time he shoots the ball, it looks like it's going in.
Yep.
That's just how it looks. And then the crazy thing is Florida's in the Final Four. I don't even think they've played
they haven't played their best game yet.
I don't even think they've played a B-level game yet. They've had moments where they look like they've gotten to that B plus A level, but they've never put it all together for a full 40 minutes. And that's the scary part for me.
Yep.
You've had a game where Elijah Martin had to carry him. You had a game where Will Richard had to make a couple defensive plays to help him stay in the game. You had this past game where I did say that in the last 3 minutes, at the 2:59 mark of the second half, they was down 75-66. 9-point game. Walter Clayton had just missed a three. From that 2:59 mark until the end of the game, from the 2:59 mark to the end of the game, the score ended up being Florida 18, Texas Tech 4. And that was all because Texas Tech missed free throws, but also Florida started making shots and they started playing defense. That's basically what it was.
So if you had to rank the four teams, how would you rank them?
Duke, Florida, Auburn.
Houston. If you had to rank the four most important players in the Final Four, not the best, most important, how would you rank them?
I'm gonna take one from each team.
Yeah, do that. Yeah.
If I had to rank them as most important, I'm gonna take Thomas Hall. The second one is tough because I want to put Malawach, but I'm gonna put Pettiford second.
I think like when he come in, I just feel like the whole flow of Auburn it just changes because he's basically like a starter.
Yeah, I say him because he's gonna have to score.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to because they outside of Johnny, they struggle to score. So he's gonna have to make some shots. I'm pretty sure when he comes into the game, more than likely Elijah Martin or Aberdeen probably gets the assignment of guarding him.
I would definitely throw Martin on him.
Martin can guard just about anybody on the floor. He's strong enough to guard anybody. He's quick enough. He's the best. He's their best perimeter defender. But I would go like that: Hall, Pettiford, Malawach, and then LJ Cryer.
Okay. Yeah, man. That sounds like a good one. That sounds good.
Thomas. The crazy thing with Thomas Hall is it's been so quiet for most of the season as far as like draft talk.
You think he should go?
I don't think he should go, but I think his draft stock is higher than people think it is.
You think it's higher than Condon's?
I think it should be.
You think he's better than Condon?
Yeah, absolutely. Hall can dribble the basketball. He can shoot from three. He's literally a high level defender. And he's 6'9", about 210, 215. He's the perfect stretch for the NBA, basically.
I could see a lot of these a bunch of these Florida players in the league. Obviously, I can see Elijah Martin in the league for sure. The way he battles on that defensive side of the ball, that's what the league wants. They want players that's gonna, fight on that side. I like his mentality, and he can hit the three ball too.
I think if you look at it, I think just off of first glance, 4 of Florida's 5 starters could play in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
And then I think somebody like Aberdeen could be a solid point guard off the bench for somebody.
Yeah, he got another year. He can come back. He'll probably come back next year. At least he should.
He'll be back because he's probably in line to be the starting point guard.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is they could line it up and be just as talented next year with what they have coming back and with the recruits they have coming in. I don't think there's going to be much of a drop off. It'll be a drop off because obviously you're losing your best player, your best defender. You're probably your second best 3-point shooter. And you might lose a big man. So
So you basically got Florida and Duke in the championship.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The crazy thing is when I originally made my picks, I didn't have Duke. I did have Florida. I had Duke losing to Arizona. That was a homer pick.
I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to see my
Needed,
boy Caleb
I needed
Love, man.
I needed my boy to win. Hey, shout out to him. He showed out.
Yeah, he did. He showed
He
out.
showed
He showed out.
he definitely showed that he can play at the
He
next level.
he went out like a G, unlike some people.
Absolutely. Yeah, unlike the guy that we kept. Um, that's for another day. Um, but nah, Caleb always been talented, man. It's always for him. It's always been mindset. When he's locked in, bro, there's not many people in the country that can stop. That's just that's just what it is. Um, but no, I actually had Arizona in the Final Four. I had Florida. I I think I picked Michigan State to beat Auburn to get to the Final Four, and I had Gonzaga,
Oh yeah, yeah. You did have Gonzaga.
which is crazy because Gonzaga actually almost beat Houston.
Yeah,
Uh,
I remember that one. That was a good game.
yeah, it was, man.
That was a good game. I think I like I can't say what's been the best game of the tournament, but I will say that Kansas and that Arkansas game, that was fire. Texas Tech and Arkansas was also a good game, even though Arkansas they blew that. Um, and obviously Florida and Texas Tech, that was a good game. And UConn and Florida was a good game too.
Yeah, that UConn and Florida game was going. They was going. I don't like Hurley, but he can coach his ass off.
But no, nobody like Hurley, man.
It's just because of the antics, bro. That's all. Just because of the antics, but bro, he is
He a hell of a coach.
absolutely.
Hell of a coach.
Yeah, he's a fire coach. Them sets they was crazy, bro. They was getting some looks.
Yeah. They was.
But they the 2-time defending champions, man. Of course they wasn't gonna just bow out.
Oh nah. Oh yeah, get those views up. That's 85 people looking.
But yeah, man, I definitely got Duke Florida in the championship, and I got Florida pulling it out. Now I need yours.
Ah. Um. Am I gonna stick with my original pick, or am I not gonna stick with my original pick?
Who was your original pick anyway?
It was Florida and Houston.
Mm.
Florida winning it all. That was my original pick.
I mean, you right there, bro.
I got Florida over Auburn in a close one. Duke and Houston.
I'm just saying, Houston playing in the state of Texas, bro. They ain't far, so
Why you trying to make you trying to get me to pick Houston and you pick Duke?
I'm trying to get you to stick with your pick, bro.
Nah, I don't know, man. That's tough because I know Houston. I know for sure Houston they gonna come with it defensively. But Duke is a hell of a defensive team too. You know what? I want to see Florida and Duke. That's what I want to see. I want to see Florida and Duke. I think I'm gonna lean towards Florida and Duke.
The only reason I say Florida and Duke is because I believe Florida has the only person left in the tournament that has a chance to compete against Cooper Fleck.
They got the front court.
I want to see a matchup of exciting whites going up against. I want to see Cooper Flag going up against Thomas Hall. I want to see it.
But you know the thing, what makes that? Oh, I got Florida Duke, by the way. I'm switching my pick. I got Florida Duke too, and I got Florida winning it. But you want to know what makes it interesting? Like Florida has, like, they don't have a weakness. They have excellent guard play, and then they're solid in the front court. The bench, obviously, they have a bench, and they can shoot the hell out of the ball. So can Duke. Proctor playing his best ball. Con Knipple, he's playing some good ball. And then, they getting some help off the bench. And also, Sion James, transfer from Tulane, he's been helping them. Ever since he got inserted into the starting lineup, that's when they started playing their best ball. So that's what I want to see. That's what I would love. I would love to see that. Hell, I would love to see Auburn and Duke again. I'm not mad at it. I would love to see Auburn and Duke again. But that Florida and Duke game, bro,
I think it's the best game left, man.
I think that's the best one left. And with that being said, I'm going with Florida. I just think they have the size to neutralize, Flag in the paint. But, Texas Tech, they were having, they're away with Florida for a while in the paint. So it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how Will Richard and Elijah Martin get after it on the defensive side, because I know what Clayton is going to do. I'm not worried about Clayton on either side, and people, they underestimate him on the defensive side of the ball as well. And the announcer said that.
Nah, he was all over the place in that game. He had a couple plays where he fell asleep for a second, but his recovery was really good. And also, people forget he's 6'3".
Damn, he is. I thought he was like 6'1".
No, he's 6'3". Like, he's 6'3". Elijah Martin 6'4". Will Richards 6'5".
Yeah, I know. Will Richards 6'5".
The size in their backcourt, they're not small either.
Bro, that's what I want. I want to see Florida do, and I got Florida.
I respect it, bro. Like I said, I think it's the best game left, man. That's no disrespect to Auburn.
That Auburn and Duke game would be fire, though, again.
No, absolutely.
Didn't Duke beat them early in the season?
Yeah, Duke beat Auburn.
Yeah, they beat them in the close one.
Florida beat Auburn. But I don't think anybody else played each other.
I just don't think Houston got the offense, bro. Not against the Duke team. Enough offense is what I'm saying. Although, if Houston win, hey, that's a lot of troll bait. That's a lot of troll.
I ain't gonna say nothing right now.
But I mean, every time Duke got a white boy that's a shooter, bro, good things happen.
I ain't gonna say nothing at the moment about the. I'm gonna hold off on the troll bait.
He said I can't say that.
No, we ain't really talk about the women's side of it, but just to get into it real quick, in the Final Four in the women's side, South Carolina going back for the 5th time in a row.
Crazy.
Bro. Crazy is not the word. And then you got UCLA, who is number 1 for most of the season, going to the Final Four. Right now, you got TCU, Texas playing in the fourth quarter. Texas up by 10, 49-39.
It's the fourth quarter?
Yeah. And
how much time left?
It looked like 6.5. And then, obviously, you got the the game that was going to be the marquee game, probably the game that everybody was looking forward to in the tournament.
I was for sure looking forward to that one.
UConn, USC. Um, you know what's crazy about it, bro? Right now, UConn is a 15-point favorite in that game. If Juju was playing, that line would probably be around 1 or 2.
The winner of UConn and USC, they play UCLA.
They play Texas or TCU, I believe.
Oh, UCLA plays South Carolina.
Oh no. No. The winner of this game. Let me go back to their bracket. I think I have. Let me see. There we go. All right. So the winner of USC UConn plays UCLA, and the winner of this Texas and TCU game, which Texas is starting to pull away, plays South Carolina. Crazy thing is, no matter what, so earlier in the season, USC played UConn. I don't think UConn played UCLA this year, did they? I don't think they.
I don't think so.
But they played. But they did play. They did play USC and they played South Carolina. They beat the brakes off of South Carolina. Um, but yeah, they haven't played. They haven't played UCLA yet. I'm gonna say this about the women's side, man. Paige definitely the best player left in the tournament. But the other thing I'm gonna say is for Dawn Staley to go back to Final Four with what will probably be her worst team that she's ever gonna have at South Carolina says a lot about Dawn Staley and the coach. If she keep going at this, Gino better watch out. She got a long way to go, but
Gino ain't won one in a while.
yeah, it's been a minute since Gino won.
He always get close. He just never get over that hump. I mean, he got rings, but I mean, like recently.
Yeah, but also at the same time, the talent for college basketball is starting to be spread out a little bit better because it used to be everybody want to go to UConn
and Tennessee at one point.
Yeah, Tennessee. It was Tennessee. At one point, it was Tennessee had the talent. Duke had talent. And then UConn had talent. Who else? USC had talent.
Shit, Baylor too.
Baylor used to have some dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy on their team. And then all of a sudden it switched over. LSU started getting talent. Duke, North Carolina, Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame too.
So they all started getting talent. Iowa got some talent. So it all started to change. So I like it, bro. I like parity. It's just real good to see different teams getting there. Obviously, you still gonna have some of the same teams. It's just inevitable. It's women's basketball. It's just gonna happen. But seeing some different teams have a chance to get there, and plus the transfer portal helps do different things as well. So that's always a good thing. But yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on it, man. Yeah, that's all I got about basketball. I had to open up the show with that. That's the most important thing going on right now. Second most important thing. Why that man trying to put pause on? Why you talking about if Brown would have swung on me? You know I was ready.
You want to know something, man? and obviously we would have talked about this last week if we would have recorded. But that shit is funny, bro. That shit is funny, man. Like, for one, come on, bro. Let's be serious here. This man went on a whole damn tour about this whole LeBron thing. And it's kind of funny. Nah, it ain't kind of. It is funny. But you know, it was kind of cool to see LeBron on a Pat McAfee show, um, giving his thoughts on a lot of things and saying a lot of things because LeBron don't really do stuff like that. So whatever he says is gonna be quoted for sure, like heavily on all these blog sites, social media sites. ESPN will talk about it. Um, it was cool to see as a basketball fan. I didn't really think uh, like, oh, why he didn't go on the Black podcast. I mean, he's been on a Black podcast. He was on what was it, Channing Frye and
Yeah,
Richard
Shannon,
Jefferson show.
bro. This is the thing. Everybody's talking about he could have went on a black podcast, been in black space. He's gone in black spaces. He's been in black spaces a lot. He's got his own black space. Even with all of that said, we've continued to criticize everything that he does on the basketball court without criticizing other people equally.
Why does this man? I was just, like, I've never seen, like, and this is just a fact. He is the most critiqued basketball player of all time.
Absolutely. He's been the most critiqued player of all time since he was in high school. Since before he got into the NBA.
Like, bro, they made a segment about this man riding his bike. I remember that. They made a segment about this man sitting on a bench eating some fruit and he wasn't playing. Like, bro, they made a whole segment about him if he could play in the NFL. Like, and that's my problem. Like, you know how many good stories it is in the NBA right now, which I want to talk about Stephen A. and LeBron? Y'all not talking about Cade Cunningham and the Pistons. Y'all could be talking about SGA right now, the MVP run he's having.
We're gonna get into that.
Like, come on, bro. Y'all could be talking about Cleveland. They just won fucking 60 games.
Bro, we got two 60-win teams in the NBA right now, which is crazy.
And they not getting no love at all. That shit wild to me, bro. Like, and then you got the Grizzlies. They just fired their coach to please Ja Morant. And that was very surprising. I'm not gonna lie, that was very surprising. I'm like, hold on, what?
Very, very stupid. That's what it was.
I think they said because Ja he took the ball out of Ja's hands a lot, or something like that. And I'm just like, bro, y'all like fifth in the West. Y'all, you know how many teams would take that right now?
There's a lot I want to say about that guy. I'll get to that in a second. But there's a lot of storylines that could be talked about that we don't talk about. The fact that there's gonna be 4 teams in the East in the play-in that might have losing records is crazy.
In the East?
Yes. Every team from 7 to 10 right now has a losing record. The Atlanta Hawks are 36-38. Orlando is 36-39. Chicago is 33-41. Miami is 33-41.
But Miami is terrible, bro.
But if you compare that to the West, the 9 and 10 seeds, Dallas is 37-38, but everybody been hurt. AD just came back. They gonna make the playoffs. And if they get if they get Lively and everybody else back except for Kyrie, somebody might be in a little bit of trouble. I ain't saying they're gonna make a run, but
Yeah, they may give somebody a hard time, but I don't. I
then
don't
you
think they.
Sacramento is the 10th. Bro, the 7 and 8 seed in the West right now is Minnesota and the Clippers. The Clippers are playing some of the best basketball in the NBA right now.
They are. They are. Can
So
we retire? Aside from all that, I would like to retire this James Harden and D Wade debate. I would really love to retire it.
that shouldn't even be a debate. That's the thing. It shouldn't be a debate. I know everybody this is the thing that I've never understood. We rank players so high that can put the ball in the basket but don't play on the other end of the court.
That shit matters.
It obviously it don't, because if you look at a lot of people's top 10 lists, there's some players in there that never play that don't play on the other side of the floor. And that should be a requirement for being placed in the top 10. It should be. Like, there's no reason why you're gonna sit here and tell me that Tim Duncan's resume is not good enough to be top 5.
Yeah, the resume is for sure.
Who had Name the players in the NBA that played in the NBA that have the resume that Tim Duncan.
It ain't many really.
It's not.
I think the only thing you can really say about his resume is he didn't go back to back.
And I got 5, bro. Would have had 6 if LeBron didn't go crazy and Ray Allen didn't hit a shot. I'd have been like, put some respect on my name, bro. That's all Tim Duncan got to say. But at the same time, like I said, we glorify the guys that can put the ball in the basket but don't play on the other side of the court. It's a lot of names that I could bring up, and I don't want to disrespect nobody right now. There's a guy named Steph Curry that gets put in top 7 lists, and he shouldn't be there. You got 4 championships. That's great. You got 2 MVPs. That's great. When it matters, teams have gotten you in switches and going at you as much as possible because they know you can't guard.
Out of all those championships that he won in the finals, yeah, he got that finals MVP. But the rest of them, even the one in 2016, if they would have won that, Draymond would have got finals MVP.
I don't think they would have gave it to him.
He would have had to get it. If you go back and watch,
yeah, to me, Draymond was.
I mean, obviously he gonna say it, but even he would say it. Like,
yeah,
he said, like,
that's what hurts him the most about that. He was gonna win Finals MVP.
Yeah,
but he should have. They were gonna give it to Steph, obviously, but Draymond should have won it. But at the same time, Steph Curry has a unanimous MVP trophy sitting at his house that he shouldn't have been the first person to have that. He's got 4 championships with 1 Finals MVP. He should have 2. Andre Iguodala shouldn't have won that shit. But at the same time, you're telling me that in the game of basketball, if you're starting a team, you taking Steph Curry over Hakeem Olajuwon?
I'm taking Hakeem.
There's no question about that.
I mean, Hakeem.
You talk about somebody that can get 25 a night and be the best defender on the court.
Shit, he probably the best 2-way center of all time.
Absolutely. Like,
I mean, shit, he got an argument to be the best center of all time.
Yes.
If we really being honest.
Understand, people love Steph, and they love to say Steph is the greatest point guard of all time. Magic's still number 1 for me.
Yeah, I still got Magic 1.
There's nothing that Steph can do that's going to put him at number 1. There's nothing that he could do. People forget that Magic won 5 championships in 9 years. and then he had his diagnosis of HIV, and that basically ruined his career. But if you win 5 championships in 9 years,
That's ridiculous, bro.
in an era with Larry Bird and Michael Jordan playing,
That's ridiculous.
like, what are we talking about?
That's ridiculous.
So but yeah, he gets a lot of love being put in top 10 lists. Um, there's some other guys they not in top lists, but they get put in top 25 that their offensive game does not make up for their deficiencies on the defensive end. And there's some guys that just play offense that people love. Like James Harden is one of them. I love James Harden, one of the greatest offensive talents to play the game. Absolutely, I give him that. But better than Dwayne Wade? No, no. I'm not
People
getting.
forget. People forget, bro. Wade was averaging 30, one of the toughest eras
I'm
of
not getting.
ball. When it was like no space at all. Like, and then like Harden, his best years was like when he was running point. If he would have ran the 2 guard, I don't know if he would have had that same amount of success as he did. Not saying he wouldn't have had some success. He would have still been a hell of a player, but come on, bro. And then that offense was literally tailor made for him. And then how the game is being played. I mean, come on, bro. But I just feel like people need to retire that Dwayne Wade and Harden debate. Like,
let him be 4 or 5, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
shit, he ain't in my top 5.
There's nothing wrong with being 4 or 5. You never gonna be. I'm sorry.
Shit, he ain't in mine.
Honestly, when I look at shooting guards, I might get 5, but that's the highest I can.
If
I want to. I want to.
anything,
I want to know because this is two people that a lot of people love, and for everybody that's watching, y'all can leave a comment wherever y'all watching on Facebook, Twitter, wherever y'all watching from. Leave a comment and let me know who you got, James Harden or Allen Iverson. Let me know.
man,
Let me know who you got. Let me know who you got.
nostalgia aside, it's Iverson to me.
Let me know who you got. I'm not picking one. I just want to know who y'all gonna pick.
For somebody to be that height, that size, pause, you know, in that era of basketball, and he's still dropping 30 night after night, and he's leading the league in steals. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, he wasn't efficient. I mean, you see who he had on his team is options. Why would I try to be efficient if I don't have that type of offensive talent on my team, and it's really all on my shoulders? I mean, come on, bro. Like, bro, this man was playing when there was no fucking space on the court. I seen this man go in the lane against a big ass nigga like Shaq, pause, and and still getting hit on the ground, getting up off the ground, still battling, still giving niggas buckets. Like, come on, night after night, day after day. It ain't even about nostalgia, bro. This is just about who better. And Iverson, to me, he's better than Harden. I mean, Harden is crafty. He knows in this day and age, he knows how to he knows how to get in the paint and get those calls. And his game is really like it's perfect in this era because it's his specialty is one-on-one ball and pick and roll play. Hell, you can't win like that. And I know everybody want to say, "Oh, they almost beat the Warriors." they would beat the Warriors. They would have won the finals, bro. The Cleveland would have beat the shit out of the Rockets.
Bro, I don't even know why that's a conversation. That the Rockets were not.
I mean, they probably would have won a game or
If you
two, but
you think a Rockets team with Chris Paul and James Harden was beating a team led by LeBron James, I'm sorry, bro. No.
he on top of that, he got too many like questionable moments in the playoffs. Not saying he don't got good moments in the playoffs, but he got too many for my liking. This where it's like to say you better than a D Wade. Like, bro, I done seen D Wade like too many times. Aside from '06, I seen him in the 2011 finals be the best player for a team where LeBron was on. And he just out there like really looked like he was out there by himself, honestly. I done seen that too many times. Like I seen him as a rookie, you know, going against the Hornets in the playoffs against a Baron Davis led team. Like I done seen that shit, bro. Like it's just the disrespect, bro. Like niggas really be disrespecting D Wade. Listen, I don't care what he do, what he did, or whatever off the court.
That's all it is, bro. That's
I don't care. I don't care about that shit. I don't care. He painted his finger. I don't care about that. Don't got shit to do with me. I'm talking about him when he was on the court. It wasn't many players better than D Wade. It was only 1-2 guard better than D Wade, and that was Kobe. And hell, when they played against each other, they battled. And I will say this: if he would have never had them injuries, and it's kind of wild to say what I'm about to say because D Wade is like already Hall of Famer, top 3 shooting guard. If he wouldn't have had them injuries, bro, he would have been a notch better than what he was. Because we seen how good he could be before the injuries, but once them injuries started getting to him, it started slowing him down a little bit.
if Dwayne Wade knees don't give out on him, we having a whole different conversation about his career right now.
Exactly. And then people fail to realize, bro, people really fail to realize how good he was on the other end of the ball. I mean, on the other end of the court or whatever. D Wade was, correct me if I'm wrong, he was an all defensive team member.
Yeah, multiple times.
I mean, especially in blocks. I think he's one of the top shooting guards when it comes to blocks.
He had the most blocks for a guard in NBA history.
So like, and then he was averaging 30. He wasn't even shooting a 3-ball. That wasn't a part of his game. Now just imagine if he would have had the 3-ball in that era when the space wasn't all that how it is now. When the fours weren't fucking small forwards. Like when you didn't have 2 people in the paint when the court was like just shrink. Like, come on, bro. Like people be disrespecting Wade, bro. Like that shit wild to me, dog. That shit wild. I don't know why he doesn't get more love. Is it because he don't got an MVP? Like, I don't know why he don't get that love, bro. Like but people give him his love, but I don't think people really truly understand how good he was.
It's all because of what happened off the court, bro. That's the only thing. Because if you're talking about just purely on the court, bro, there he was neck and neck with Kobe for a long time.
And then people they saw how good he was at the Olympics. Like I don't know why people act surprised. Like, bro, this is fucking D Wade we talking about here.
He was because at the Olympics, people love to give Kobe the credit for going back and playing and being the closer and all that. The best player on that team was still LeBron. The most important player on that team was Dwayne Wade. D Wade did everything they needed him to do in them Olympics. Everything.
That shit wild to me, bro. Like they really be disrespecting D Wade, bro.
I told you it's just for the stuff that for the stuff that happens off the court.
I don't got listen. I don't have nothing to say about that. I don't got shit to do with me. But on that court, listen, all time, all time, it's not a lot of players I'm taking over D Wade.
Hmm. Man, this is crazy. Uh, you know that big man that played at Arizona, uh, Besar or whatever his name is, big white dude.
Yeah,
He entered the portal.
bro, the portal deep. I saw.
St. John.
Oh yeah. I wanted to ask you about this. I know. I know. We kind of switched from the college basketball. How did you feel about Rick Pitino benching R.J. Lewis, his best player, Big East Player of the Year? Even he wasn't playing well. How did you feel about that?
I'd have benched that nigga too.
So, do you feel like even if my best player or all conference player played there, whatever, do you feel like no matter what, if you playing bad, I don't care who you is. Well, just say obviously he's their best player. Do you feel like I'm gonna go down swinging with my best player, or the guy who's giving us the better minutes? I'm gonna go with him. Like, how do you feel? Would you have done the same thing?
In that game, in that game, I could tell you right now, in that game, he wasn't playing well at all.
He was
Uh,
playing scared, like he playing
I
timid.
know everybody has that saying, well, you go down swinging with your best player, this, that, and the other. I get it. I'm trying to win. If he ain't giving me the best chance to win, you gonna go sit down. I don't
Yeah.
care who you are.
So I saw he declared for the draft while also being
Yeah,
also going to the portal.
he put his name in the portal too.
Like, how you feel about that? Like, with him, like, do you think that's weak, that's soft? Like, how you feel about that? Or do you understand it? Because, bruh,
I understand both sides, and we talk about he played at St. John's, right?
yeah, St. John's, yeah.
Yeah, I understand it. I get it from both sides. You want to be on the court in that moment because you feel like I've been playing well all year, and this is what I do. At the same time, coach got to make a decision, and he hit the portal. If that's what he felt like he needed to do, that's cool. Coach done replaced him with two top 10 portal transfers already. Coach ain't playing no games. He know what he needs, and he gonna what he needs. If you don't want to play how I want you to play, I'll replace you with somebody else.
And there's no knock on RJ Lewis. I like him as a player, but I do feel like just me, like growing up and watching the sport, even playing the sport for the small amount of time that I did, it's no way in hell if I have a bad game, it's no way in hell I'm not gonna try to get better for next year with this same team. That like you got to use that type of fuel for the next season. But I mean, some people they just want a fresh start. He felt like nobody came to his defense because I didn't really see. Well, I didn't see Rick Pitino. He kind of said something to a reporter he was basically saying, I don't know if you saw it. He was basically saying like you want me to talk about my guy and I'm not gonna do that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of like what he said. But I do feel like, man, I would love for him to stay at St. John's. But that New York crowd, bro, bro, that New York crowd different. But I would have loved for RJ Lewis to stay at St. John's. Or, if he go to another team, hopefully, he have a good season wherever he go next year. Because I don't think he's gonna stay in the draft. Because after a performance like that, nah. Nah.
I don't think his draft. Um,
I never thought it was high.
I don't think his draft stock is as high as you think. So he's probably just testing the waters. But
He can help a lot of teams though.
Yeah, I believe he'll be back in college.
Would you take
Um,
him in North Carolina?
bro, I'll take anything that could play well at North Carolina.
Hey, so I wanted to ask you, since you're a North Carolina fan, what happened with Elliott?
Bro, it's a multitude of things. Number one, it was the fit with Hubert Davis. I don't think Hubert is a good coach. First of all, the fit with Hubert Davis wasn't really great at all. Um, yeah, I don't think that fit was great at all. He did make some crucial turnovers at crucial moments, which that sucks. But that's what happens when you people forget he's an 18-year-old sophomore,
That is true. That is true.
and he was playing on a team with very little talent, like very little talent. When I say half of these players shouldn't even be at North Carolina, that's
Yeah,
all.
bro. Yeah, watching y'all, a lot of them guys. That's not you. I'm not used to seeing that level, this type of talent at North Carolina.
It's been down for a few years, and it's when Caleb Love left, I knew there was some issues that we were gonna have to get through, and don't get me wrong, Elliot Cadeau is a talented kid, bro. Obviously, he struggled shooting the basketball; it's not his strength. He did improve from freshman to sophomore year, shooting the three. Freshman year, he shot 19%. This year, he was up 4. Um, so obviously, he made an improvement, and he kept us in a lot of games. A lot of games. There was a lot of games where we would have got blown out if he wasn't on the field. But when you go on into this season, he's literally your only true point guard on the team. Um, I know people love RJ Davis. He was trash for like 90% of the season. Like that's just me being an objective fan. He was trash 90% of the season. Um, Cadeau had to do much more than he should have been asked to do. But he still was, I think, first or second in the conference in assists. You don't let somebody like that walk out of the building. Also, former players trashed him. Like
You said what?
former players trash his name, literally. Like literally, former UNC players talking about, well, we need a point guard. The one that we got is soft. You don't say that about a kid, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when you somebody I know that when that kid signed to North Carolina, he looked up your game film, and I'm talking about that guy that's one burger away from being my son. Talk about talk about Raymond Felton.
Oh.
Um, he wasn't the only one that said something, but
Oh man.
these see that these kids see that, bro. Like, and shout out to him, man. I think he's going to a at this point. I think he's going to a much better program. He committed to Michigan today.
Oh, Elliot.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he committed to Michigan. Probably going to compete for a starting point guard spot. I expect I expect him to play well, bro. He's 19 years old going into his junior year.
Oh man.
I think he'll be all right. I'm gonna miss that kid, bro. And then if you look at our roster right now, we don't have no point guards on the roster going. So
What you think about Ian Jackson?
if his shot is not falling, he's nothing on the court. He can't. He's basically a shorter version of Michael Porter Jr. He's gonna shoot the ball. He's gonna shoot the ball. He's gonna shoot the ball. He ain't passing the ball. He ain't defending. He ain't rebounding. Kid can get buckets though.
Oh yeah. New York kid gonna get buckets.
But if he ain't scoring, don't count on him for nothing. And that
Yeah.
was the big reason why we struggled this year because he didn't know how to play both sides of the court. RJ Davis,
That
uh,
was
get ready to get them job applications ready because the NBA ain't calling. That's no shot to him. That's just the reality of it. You are undersized two guard that's not a good passer.
Did this I just saw this, my bad. I just saw this 30 minutes ago. I don't know if you saw it. Olivia Miles,
I'm reading it right now.
she literally is entering the NCAA transfer portal. Wow.
Yeah, she said she's not going to the draft. She entering the portal.
I wonder where she gonna go.
Crazy to me.
That is wild. But don't get me wrong, man. Like women's
I could tell you right now who's the first person on the phone.
who?
Dawn Staley.
Oh yeah, for sure. I will say this, bro. I don't know if I don't know if I'm right, I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, the women's NCAA tournament, maybe like the last 4 or 5 years, has kind of been a little better than the men's. If not, it's been more entertaining.
It's been more entertaining, yeah, and it's not.
I mean, the game is more physical, so
not just because of Caitlin, bro.
nah, it ain't just because of Caitlin.
They've been going at it,
bro. It's so many different stories the last few years in women's hoops. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, Caitlin, she's one of the best. She was one of the best. But you had Paige, you had LSU, Andrew Reese, bro. You had South Carolina, Dawn Staley. You had Notre Dame, like, bro. All these schools, like all these different women athletes get into it. Basketball players, they get into it. I mean, the men's the last 2 years was kind of this year. I mean, it kind of did some. I think this was like the first year since 2008 all number one seeds that went to the Final Four. And that's wild.
It is. Also, I could tell y'all right now, I haven't been following recruiting or anything. I'm just letting y'all know I haven't. I've been tuned out on football for a while. But we did get a commitment today. Javari Flowers, cornerback from South Florida, I believe.
Who, Florida?
Yeah, he committed to the Gators. So
4-star?
Yeah, shout out to the kid joining the family.
Hey man,
Best.
all I'm gonna say is, baby, yeah, my Gators, we're not gonna get there yet. We're not gonna talk about that yet. But I will say this: I have no fear because DJ Lagway is my QB1. So that's all I will say about that. If your QB1 is not DJ Lagway, I feel sorry for you, Alabama fans. But
wow, that's crazy.
I'm just saying, man, because I'm.
Hey, Bama, all I'm gonna say is start my guy Keelan Russell, man.
Yeah, I like Keelan Russell.
Yeah,
I like Keelan Russell. But now y'all motherfuckers really gotta. Now y'all starting to see how it is.
Hey, I'm hearing some good things about Austin Mack though. I'm hearing some good things. I'm not really hearing nothing about Ty Simpson, so I don't know how that's going. But hey,
I'm trying to see who I'm trying to see, man. Like, I want to see who's going to emerge for that team, bro. Like on the other side of Ryan Williams. But I mean, that's college football. That's college football, man. We'll get to that when it's time.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, it's tough. Let's jump into some NBA real quick. Did you see what happened last night in that Timberwolves Pistons?
Oh, I believe Beasley got on Twitter and said "bad boys for life." They gonna say
standing there.
They say, yeah, I saw the video. He was just standing there. But want to know something, bro? It's good to see Detroit back relevant in that
Absolutely.
It's good.
I don't want to see y'all relevant like that, but
Yeah, nah.
yeah, relevant. But yeah, Isaiah Stewart, he'll crash out. Um, he gonna get suspended. He gonna get suspended no matter what.
He's one of those guys where he don't even want to play. He just want to fight.
This is what I'll say about that. Everybody's a tough guy until they really meet a tough guy.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
like Zebo said,
Well, I'm from the bullies get bullied.
the bullies get bullied.
Yeah.
He gonna run into the right person. He ain't ran into him yet. He,
Nah.
he gonna run into the right person, and his tone gonna change.
Hey, that shit was so funny when every time I think about Isaiah's story, I
That
think about that Brian shit. That nigga Brian was like, "Look at this nigga, bro. Like,
yeah, he was literally saying about the refs, like, look at him, bro. Look at him. Look what he.
what did he do to this man?" But you want to know something, bro? Like I said, it's good to see the Pistons back relevant, man. I like, I hate that Ivy had got hurt, but it's good to see the Pistons. I think they are the 5th seed now.
Yeah, they a game and a half behind the Pacers for the 4 seed.
So, hey man, I would love I I think they have to. I've been seeing a lot of Devin Booker to Detroit talk.
If I'm Detroit, I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it.
No.
What move would you make for Detroit, or would you just stand pat?
I like my core, bro. I mean, you could probably upgrade the roster. Of course, you want to upgrade the roster. Maybe find some better help on the wing. I know everybody says Devin Booker, but I don't see Devin elevating them to that level.
I don't even think he'd be what, like the
He would have to be the number 2 option.
yeah, shit. He ain't better than Cade.
Hell no. And I don't think he wants that. But I mean, you gotta settle for what you can get.
At this stage of your career, fam, we done seen what you can do.
I think they have talent on the wings. They're just not. They're just not. I would say they don't have the experience. Like
I like Holland. And I like the twin too. I like the twin. Sorry.
Holland is 19. Asar is 22. You got Sasser, who's 24. Jaden Ivey is 23. Their oldest players are Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris, and Dennis Schroeder.
Tobias Harris, that's crazy. That nigga Tony Allen said,
the fact that he's still getting checks, bro, is crazy.
Bro, that man Tony Allen said if Tobias Harris on the team, I'm out. That shit, I'm paraphrasing, but he said some shit like that. Though. He was clowning Tobias Harris.
Talk about, bro. Trust me, I know. Let's see.
Like they in a tricky situation because it's like, do they stand pat and just go with the young guys and end up being kind of like how OKC is now, or do they make a little move here and there to not send the key players away, but get some guys who can help? Like they got some good problems, bro.
I just don't like the Devin Booker fit.
But yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. The Devin Booker to Detroit.
Yeah, I don't like that fit for them. But I'm trying to think who else could upgrade that roster though. I do have a name that I think will help them. They may not get over the hump completely, but I think it helps them get to a new level. And the crazy thing is, he's only 27.
Who that?
I feel like he's been in the league for a long ass time, and that's Malik Monk.
You know what I would do if I was him? Now I'm about to say something. Then I'm swinging at the fences, but you got to try it. You never know. I will go after Jaylen Brown. Obviously, it probably won't happen, but that Tatum and Brown, I don't see them staying together for the rest of their career. I don't. I feel like the NBA somehow, some way are going to say no. We got to break them up, some way, somehow. We done seen this shit happen too many times. I feel like they should go after Jaylen Brown. Somehow, some way, they got the assets to do it. It's just, what are you going to give up?
It's a very interesting.
But I'm just saying,
trade.
It could be a win-win. It could be a win-win. It could be a win-win. Do you feel like y'all a year away or whatever, 2 years or whatever? I mean, Jaylen Brown is what? He's still what, 27, 28?
Jaylen Brown, I think he's 27.
So he's still in his prime. So it's like, because if the
28.
2028, because if the Celtics win another one, I mean, come on now.
I think I might have one that's a little bit more interesting.
Who that?
What if they got to get that guy from New Orleans?
Zion? Oh, they won the championship. If he healthy, they won the championship. Locked in, they win the championship. Or they will get to the finals at least. I mean, I already feel like Cade. I'm not trying to, I like Cade. I'm not trying to be biased, but I do feel like he will bring Detroit a championship one day. One day. I don't know when that will be, but one day.
I think if they made that move, that would be. They got the assets to do it, bro. I believe that New Orleans is eventually gonna want to
just rebuild.
Yeah, I think they're gonna want to get him off their books.
Because at some point, bro, it's like
you can't get. You
at
can't.
Some point. Huh? What's up?
God damn, the Thunder beating the Bulls by 31.
Crazy.
But I'm just looking. I'm looking at his salary right now. He's making $36 million this year.
Who's Zion?
He's played what? Not even 40 games.
He making all that money and giving that shit to Mo. Never mind.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Zion. I'm sorry about that, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna knock your game. You like what you like.
You out of pocket. It's
you like
50 work
like.
out of pocket.
You like what you like, my brother. My bad.
Nah, we ain't liking that. That's 50 work.
Hey,
but
that shit wild.
That's nasty as hell. But for the next 3 years, he's making 39 this year, 42 the year after that, and then it jumps up to 45.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And you got CJ McCollum making 30 next year. Man. And you got DeJounte Murray making 31.
One of them niggas getting released, I'll tell you that right now.
And then Trey Murphy's salary goes from $5 million this year all the way up to 25 next year.
I can see that because he has gotten better.
Trey is a dog.
I like Trey.
Trey is a dog. You got, if you telling me you got to line up with DeJounte, Herb, and Trey Murphy at the 1, 2, and 3, you set. You set for a few years if DeJounte can stay healthy.
Yeah.
But I think eventually they're gonna have to give up on that Zion project. I know they don't want to because when he on the court, bro, is when he on the court, he one of them ones, but he ain't on the court enough.
And that's been too many times in his career early on. So, and they don't want to say damn. They don't want to look back and say damn. But you got to do what's best for your franchise. Like, can you see yourself as a franchise committing to this guy for the next 17 years? If your answer is no, that tells you what you got to do. I
No,
mean, I couldn't commit to Zion for 7 to 10 years,
I'm not, but it ain't my money, so yeah.
and then fuck how he's playing. It's nigga. How many games he's playing. Like, come on, bro. Like, he ain't even playing in half of them shits. If anything, like, but you know, I guess we'll see.
Where do you think Giannis plays next season?
Huh?
Where do you think Giannis plays next season?
Miami.
What they giving up?
He gonna be a free agent, right? I thought he was gonna be a free
Huh?
agent.
I think he signed
Oh
his
yeah, he did sign, bro. I don't know where the fuck. I think he'll be in Milwaukee. I don't know why I thought he was a free agent, but I think he'll be in Milwaukee.
I
Kind of
don't,
tricky though.
I don't think so, man.
Where do you think he gonna go?
He making damn, that salary is crazy.
I
He
mean,
he making almost 58 now. Dame making almost 59.
that's a tricky question though.
Then you never know. Dame career up it
Might
might be
might be over. Yeah.
that moment. So I don't know, bro. Do you trade him while he still got value?
Nah, I don't think he gonna be there. What would you trade him though?
He's 30 years old right now,
Still in his prime.
still in his prime.
Where you gonna send him?
You gonna send him somewhere where you can get stuff back. Do you call OKC?
If I'm OKC, I would not. I'd stand pat, bro. You don't need y'all a number one seed. Y'all don't won 60 games. Y'all got an MVP. Y'all got don't fuck it up. Y'all got what y'all got. It's kind of like the Celtics. Yeah, we can make these moves, but why fuck up what we have? If it's not broke, you know the rest. So why? It's no point. It's no point.
What about Memphis?
Oh yeah, for sure. Memphis for sure. I don't know what they're giving up, but
Jaren Jackson.
Jared Jackson gotta be in that shit,
First,
and that's easy money.
first of all, Jaren Jackson is gone. Um, Honestly, they can have Jaren Jackson. They can have shit. They can have. I'm looking at it. I might. I might entertain throwing Desmond Bain in there. But Giannis, I might entertain it.
Yeah, you looking at a top two player. Yeah, top three player.
Because
Yeah,
I mean, you still have Ja. You have Ja. You would have Giannis. You would have Jalen Wells, who was just a rookie. I think he's playing pretty well this year.
yeah,
Um, you
yeah.
still have Gigi Jackson, who hopefully makes that jump. Um, And I think that's just a better fit for a Ja. Having somebody like Giannis instead of having Jaren Jackson who's just gonna stand at the 3-point line, just back up threes the whole.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I see him. I don't know if I see him in Milwaukee next year.
That's interesting though. That's very interesting.
I do have one more basketball question before we, you know, is is Austin Reeves still a LA Laker next year?
Yes.
The whole season.
Yes.
Mm. Hmm.
They not give they not giving up Austin Reeves. They not giving up Austin Reeves. I don't see that happening because him and Luka, you can like when LeBron leave, you can keep that backcourt some way somehow.
You can, but maybe they banking on some other players making improvements, like a Dalton Connect.
Now that guy, I don't know if he's gonna be a Laker next year,
Probably not.
but you know,
Who are you moving him for? Let me just put this out there. Let's say there is let's say there's a guy in Miami that all of a sudden becomes available.
Bam.
What are you giving up for him?
Oh shit! For the Lakers, Dalton gotta go.
Well, obviously.
Dalton gotta go. Shit. Damn.
Would you not moving Reeves for Bam?
With the Lakers, nah, I can't do that, bro. I can't do it. With nah, uh,
Bam
nah.
Bam is literally the prototypical center for a Luka Doncic team.
But LeBron is 40. He probably got another. The way this nigga been talking, it's like next year, his last year.
Might be, bro. It might
But
be
we like you know shit. This could be his last year. We don't know.
might be time to hang it up, bro.
So I think you got to keep Reeves. You have to.
I
You
think they
could,
but if you got one more chance to make a run to get another championship, and a player of the caliber that they
but I'm saying like you banking on like because if you send him away, if you send Reeves away, where is your other playmaker coming from? You don't want Brian to be like you gotta have that playmaker, bro. You can make other moves and get a big. What's wrong with Nick Claxton?
Nick Claxton not bad. He's not Bam though.
He ain't Bam, but you know, like, what's wrong with Nick Claxton? They just need somebody to hold it down.
I'm gonna just say this: Bam is literally. I'm just putting this out. Bam is like a few months older than Austin Reeves. I think like 5 or 6 months. Just putting that out there.
Where would that other playmaking type come from though?
Bam,
Like you would expect a 41-year-old to still do that playmaking when Luka is on the
no,
bench.
no, not at all. I
I
mean,
mean, Bam could facilitate too now, but
yeah, you got Bam. You probably got Gabe Vincent, who actually been playing some really good ball.
yeah.
You got, like I said, if he's there, Dalton Connect. You hopefully he makes that
Nah,
jump,
he ain't gonna be there, bro.
and you got Jr. Bro,
Who?
Jr.
JR who?
You Jr. You know who I'm talking about.
JR who?
You know who I'm talking about, bro.
I don't.
I'm not saying his name because they say we talk about him too much, but you know who I'm talking about.
Come on, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not putting that
I
pressure.
like he gonna be
I'm not putting
good. But
that pressure. It's too soon for that.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he had like a similar, like how Max Christie give the Lakers, like he got better. I know some Laker fans wasn't really a big fan of him, but bro, this year he was playing some decent ball. I won't be surprised if he had that type of development.
No, I don't. I don't think. Even then, I don't think they're. I don't think they would move Reeves for anybody because like he's that secondary ball handler, and the chemistry. They don't want to have another Caruso situation.
Exactly, bro. You gotta. Hey, we let go of one white boy. We
I'm gonna
gotta
say.
keep this white boy.
I'm gonna say this. I do believe that LeBron James takes a pay cut in the offseason.
Listen, bro.
I believe he takes. He don't need it, bro.
That man can play for free, bro. If you that man can play, he could play for free if he really truly wanted to. All the money he got, that nigga a billionaire.
He literally could, bro. He could say, "I don't want no salary," and just go play.
Like that nigga can make $1 million a game. Just
Bro,
give me the vet minimum.
he gonna make his salary off of endorsements because even then, Luca got to sign. Luca got to. He probably gonna get his extension soon.
Yeah,
I mean, Jaren Jackson is a free agent.
nigga useless, man. Nigga is useless.
I mean, so is a guy in Dallas that's gonna be coming off an injury. He's a free agent too.
Anthony Davis?
Oh,
Who's
Kyrie.
on? I mean, no comment.
More than likely, the biggest key for them is going to be finding a center. I think Nas Reed going to be the main target.
Bruh, that would be the perfect fit.
I think he's going to be the main target because I think he finally wants to be a starter, and also like the pick and pop is already there.
And he
He,
can handle the rock.
it, bro,
And,
hey,
he,
he
and
nice,
he's from Jersey.
he nice with it, bro. I used to watch him when he was at LSU. I was like, okay, he got some game to him. I didn't know he had this type of game though.
Bro, that nigga got game, bro. That nigga
Even
got
then, even if it's not him, Daniel Gafford is a free agent next year. Lob threat.
yeah, loud threat.
So you just never know, man. It's a
I would,
lot.
I would, I would definitely take a flyer on Nas Reed though. And the Timberwolves they're idiots. If they let him walk, they're idiots.
They're gonna have to. They can't pay him all. And on his max contract, you're still paying Rudy Gobert almost $50 million. Julius Randle making I think 40.
I do
And
not. I do not believe, bro. They really messed up. They really said, "Fuck it, we about to just send." We like y'all was literally 3 games away from the finals. The team y'all had, y'all said, "Fuck this shit. We about to trade Cat." I don't get it, bro.
I don't know. It's gonna be, but you know, For before we close this out, I know we're coming up to the close out. Um, I'm doing one mock draft. Still working on it. Still going through some stuff. I will say this, that looking at the top four, that shit is hard to predict. I have my number one down. Number one pick is already taken care of. I know who I believe is going. Um, Number two is where it gets a little concerning for me because
Who picking number 2?
I believe it's Cleveland.
Go quarterback.
Yeah, Cleveland is picking number two.
They
That's
go quarterback.
that's my issue. You literally have nobody on the roster but Kenny Pickett. If you take Shador, you basically just gonna pay Deshaun Watson to not play, which I'm perfectly fine with that because yeah, it's over with. Um, so if you give him at number two, who goes three? The Giants have the third pick. On my board, on my board right now, I believe the Giants should take Abdul Carter.
I go Travis Hunter.
I believe they should take Abdul because I don't think Kayvon Thibodeau is that.
But man,
Problem,
Travis Hunter and Malik Neighbors.
the problem is Travis Hunter is the better player. And he fixes, like you said, he fixes probably two issues at once. You get somebody that can help at receiver while also getting somebody that can play corner. Um, but the thing is, I think in free agency, didn't they sign somebody to play corner?
I don't think so.
I know they didn't really get no receivers. They re-signed Darius Slayton.
Yeah. They re-signed Darius Slayton.
Looking at corner, oh yeah, they signed Paulson the
I mean,
they got Deontay Banks, who he's going into year 3, I believe. He's had his ups and downs. They still
yeah, I can see that Abdul Carter pick. I can see that now. Now that I'm starting to think about it.
the reason I say that is because like looking at their I guess outside linebackers or pass rushers, the thing is they did sign Brian Burns. Now you got Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau. What do you do with Abdul Carter? You put him at inside linebacker and then put him as your pass rusher on third down. Or you said, do you take Travis and line him up on I believe the pick is going to be Abdul, but if it was me, I'm taking
Yeah.
And then if Travis goes 3, New England loves
They
it. They have whoever they want.
they probably gonna take
Abdul Carter, or they can take McMillan.
they'll probably take McMillan because they need a receiver.
I think they would take Abdul Carter just because of who their coach is.
Shit.
I think Vrabel would take. I think Vrabel would take Abdul Carter first.
Mm-hmm.
So the furthest I got on my draft so far, I've gotten up to pick number 8, I believe.
Who you got us taking? A DT?
I have us going O line. I got us going O line. I'll let you know who it is.
I need a receiver. Something, bro. I need something.
We do need a receiver, but I believe the receiver class is deeper than this tackle class.
Bro, I need a receiver, bro. I can't have Garrett Wilson going out there and his second best receiver is Josh Reynolds. I can't have that, bro. I can't.
Josh Reynolds ain't bad, but yeah, we can't go out.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds not bad. He's a okay receiver 3 or 4, but nah, bro. I need something, bro. I need something, dog.
I don't know why I'm still looking at Trey Harris in the second round.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know, man. Will he be there?
I think he'll be there. The one I really wanted would hope that he would drop, but I don't think he will, is Luther Burden.
I want Matthew Golden.
You would have to take Matthew Golden early.
Yeah, you would have to because he's gonna be going in mid round.
I like the kid from Stanford, but I think I think Trey Harris is the one that I would keep my eyes on.
I like Trey Harris. Obviously, he got hurt against us, but I like Trey Harris. Why he not getting first round love?
Because of the players that's getting first round love.
Oh
Got
yeah, that makes
got
sense.
Trav. Obviously, Trav played both positions. You got McMillan. You got Golden. You got Burden. You got
Some of them guys not that much better than him though.
you got Egbuka. I don't
Some
think
of them,
I don't think some of them guys are that far ahead of him either.
I could see Travis Hunter, but the rest and McMillan, but the rest of them niggas, even though I like Golden, I could see he should be in that range.
He might be. You just never know, bro. It's always them. It's always that one receiver that just gets that love that a lot of people don't get before the draft.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, we know this very well. There's a guy with the initials SH that shot up draft, got drafted, did absolutely nothing. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it at. But
Nigga ruined my night, bro. Ruined my night,
he's
man.
not the only one. There's also a guy that the initials was EM. Um, hey,
Excuse me?
that guy. Yeah,
EM. Damn, who is that? No, I really don't know who that is.
he was drafted just a couple years ago.
For us?
Yeah,
EM? He was a receiver?
yeah, he plays for Cleveland now.
Bro, in this podcast. In this podcast, dog.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
Yeah, man. That's all I got. Anything else you want to say before we close this thing out, bro?
Fuck Juan Soto.
Hey, yeah, bro. Why would you say that, bro?
He's a coward. He's a clown.
You out of
Man, fuck that nigga.
you are out of pocket, bro.
Go Yankees. That's all I'm gonna say.
We don't do that, bro.
Go Yankees, bro.
Y'all niggas some cheaters. They using illegal bat.
He said he's back. But nah, man. The game. What quarter is the game in? The UConn and USC game.
Second quarter right now. I believe UConn up by like 10.
All right. I think I'm gonna check out that Lakers Rockets game.
Yeah, that game started at 9.
Yeah, that shit about to start in about 10 minutes, about a few minutes.
Hey, that game is really all about everybody that the Lakers play from now to the end of the season is basically about getting a higher, moving up in the rankings.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies lost today, so they still up on them for the 4th spot. I think they like a game and a half behind third. Yeah, they're a game and a half behind Denver for third, and they are 3.5 games behind Houston for second, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that they play. Do they play the Rockets twice in the last month?
I need to look at their schedule.
Yeah, they play the Rockets tonight, and then they play them again on the 11th
In Houston.
at home.
Okay.
Yeah, so they got the Rockets tonight, and then they play again on the 3rd. So Thursday,
Mm.
the Warriors. Then they got the Pelicans. Then they play Thunder twice. Then they play the Mavericks in Dallas. And then they got, which I'll see if I'm working for that game. I might go to that game. You never know.
This dude.
They play the Rockets, and then they got the Trailblazers.
Okay.
We'll see, man. It's a lot of season. Not a lot of season. Regular season left. Um, the one seed in the whole playoffs obviously is going to be OKC. Cleveland barely holding on to that one seed in the East. They got a 4-game lead on the Celtics. I still got Celtics coming out of the East. Um, we'll see what the West talking about though. But that's all I got, man. Any closing thoughts for you?
Nah, man. Nope. No closing thoughts for me, my brother.
Well, I guess that's all we got. It is for the podcast. Make sure y'all follow us on all the social. Once again, just type it in. It is for the podcast. We on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Uh, soon to be on a lot more. Hopefully, might end up on Twitch or playback. You just never know. We got we got a lot, man. We got a lot. That's about all I got. Those are thoughts from me, man. Y'all just keep supporting us. Uh, we gonna support y'all whenever we can. Just be on the lookout. Definitely want to bring the merchandise back, but we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, man. I'm just ready to see the four, man. I'm just ready to see it because once the Final Four ends, you know that college football is right around the corner. So,
Yup.
and DJ Lagway is my quarterback, and we're gonna be all right. So, it is for the podcast, man. Until next time, my brother Corey. This has been Mike. It's been a great night. Y'all have a good one as well.